Did you know that even though there are tens of thousands of words in the English language, you really only need about 3,000 of them to say anything you need to say? I'm teaching 3,000 words in 3,000 days. Stick with me and you'll get a new word every day. Correctly. Now, in this picture, we have the guy is trying to correctly install a baby seat. You see this? Now, if this is not correctly done, the child will be in danger. So there is a right and a wrong way to do something when it comes to installing car seats. If you don't do it correctly, there will be big consequences. We also talk about correctly when it comes to talking about English grammar, but that's a little different because if you make a mistake with English grammar, we maybe will not understand you, maybe we will understand you. And English is changing all of the time. So it's not that big of a deal. I do try to teach correct grammar, but I think grammar is more of a description of how we actually speak, not this is the right way and this is the wrong way. So if enough people start saying things a different way, then our grammar will change. It's not a big deal if you make a grammar mistake. There are a couple of big mistakes you can make in grammar. One of them is your pronouns. If you mix up your pronouns, it makes it very hard for us to understand, especially if you put a she or a he with something that should be an it. Now, I know in your language you probably say something like, here's my hat. The hat, he is very pretty. You might say that in your language. But if I say the hat, he is very pretty, to an English speaker, they're going to be confused. Who are you talking about? Because in English, we only use he, she for people, or they for people. We use it for things like the hat. So that's a big mistake. Another big mistake would be putting the adjective after the noun, because now I don't know what you're saying. Those are the two really big ones. The rest of the grammar mistakes, make as many mistakes as you need to. The word correctly implies that there is a right and a wrong way to do it. Some synonyms are properly or appropriately. She followed the recipe correctly and baked the cake exactly as intended. So correctly emphasizes not making mistakes. It emphasizes accuracy. And there are some things in this world that need accuracy, but I don't think your grammar is one of them. So behaviorally or socially appropriate, this is more along the lines of like grammar. It's important to behave correctly in formal meetings to make a good impression. Correctly here conveys proper or socially acceptable conduct. It's what everybody agreed upon to be acceptable. He doesn't always pronounce French words correctly, which can confuse listeners. So pronunciation, you need to pronounce things well enough that people can understand you. It focuses on adhering to a standard in language or form. If you pronounce it a little bit differently, but it's close enough, then I'm going to understand you. Okay, so don't be too nervous. But pronunciation is, if you're worried about your English, worry first about vocabulary, second about pronunciation, and third about grammar. If you analyze the data correctly, you'll see the trend clearly. This conveys the proper method or approach to achieve a valid result. With math, you have to do things in the correct order, right? You have to multiply before you add. If you analyze the data correctly, you'll see a trend. She felt she had done the right thing and it was morally correct to act correctly. So this is ethical or right. If you are morally correct, you're acting in a right way ethically. So the opposite of correct is correctly is incorrectly. You incorrectly assumed. The verb is correct. I don't want to correct you, so I'll just Actually, I'll correct you. If you put sentences in the responses to this video, I will correct you if you ask for it. The adjective is correct. A noun could also be correction. The adjective is correct, and the adverb is correctly. Correctly.
I really hope that you enjoyed this word. Use it 5 times today, write it down, commit it to memory, and I'll see you in the next lesson.